But do you know what today is, guys? Yeah, 50 days. This is our halfway mark. Well, that was the last time. Well, next to last time, I'm gonna move these guys. It is time to butcher them. They will be 8 weeks old early next week. It worked out for us that we can do a butchering on Saturday. It was my first time doing these guys, and I didn't know what to expect. You know, I was kind of hesitant, guys, to be honest, because I've heard so many horror stories. You know, so many dying of a heart attack, because they are this wild hybrid breed that it's been so mixed. I actually think it's like a modern marvel. I didn't experience a lot of these things I heard about. You know, it gets so hot they won't get up and get the water. Well, maybe this white roof has helped. You know, there's some reflection there. Joel Salatin puts a vent in the back. Okay, putting water closer to them. Guys, I heard these stories and it made me not want to do it. You know, massive die outs when it gets hot, big heart attacks, all this kind of thing. If you're not careful, they do grow faster. Then their meat will grow faster than their bones. And you get some waddling from them, and I've got that from them. But look, I don't feel like they're unhappy. Yeah, they sit down as they've gotten older, but that's the key too. I'm not letting them get crazy old, too old. Like I'm getting them just shy of 8 weeks. But do you know what today is, guys? Yeah, 50 days. This is our halfway mark. We are going over the hump, and it is all downhill from here. No, not with farming. They say half the work is in the harvest, so it's kind of an uphill ending climb. But can you believe it? It's been 50 days. Can you believe it that those guys, those Cornish cross, are available in 50 days? I'm gonna have like 65 of those guys in just around 50 days. I could do it again and have over 100 birds in my freezer. Isn't that crazy? But a lot of other stuff has been doing good. This is Friday Farm Update. What a perfect day to go around and give the update. Check it out. I think this is the second time I've come across Minnie. I think she might be laying her egg in there, but then I see an egg over here. And yesterday, the scattered egg was kind of warm. This one's cold. Just store it here with the chicken eggs. The chickens, guys, they're still laying strong. It's normal for the chicken to lay real strong in the spring and slow down a little bit in the summer, tap her off in the fall, and quit during the winter. Look, how are the little guys doing, guys? They're getting big, and they're getting pretty too. They're past that awkward middle school stage, and now they're developing quite nicely. Quite the diversity, and we haven't lost any. Thanks to you, Donald. Our crib's working good, except Donald has figured out how to reach his long neck in there and eat. Minnie has also been able to squeeze in there. Of course, this little guy getting in there, I couldn't do nothing about. She's so little. This is a turkey spot. They're doing great. They're inside. If our goal this week was getting ready for the chicken slaughter tomorrow on Saturday, our goal next week is to get these turkeys ready to go outside into the field. One reason is they are overgrowing our yard, man. Look at this manure spread on here. This is our yard, man. So it's time for them to go out in the field, wouldn't you say? Okay, in the chicken tractor, in the yard, these are our T-Bags chicks. They seem to be doing great. Mama's taking good care of them. This comfrey is one of the most amazing plants because it's so good for them. And look, it grows back so quick, guys. You can cut it up to 8 to 12 times a year. Now's some time. Let's get them some comfrey. T-Bags posse. There's you guys some comfrey. T-Bags developing very nicely. These ladies are laying good eggs. This is our breeding flock. They're doing a great job in the middle of the garden area. Hey, the garden area and the kitchen garden is coming in. Guys, these lettuces are something that's available after 50 days. Look at the beets. Oh, they're ready, look. There's some little ones ready, okay? They're coming up nice. I'm happy how this garden has recovered, okay? We've got some Swiss chard, some kale, ooh, some bunching onions, guys. I'm really excited for this Japanese beetle trap. Why wouldn't I get like 10 of these and put them around everywhere? Just wait till you see how much beetles are in that. Now, what was a pest for that fruit tree and from our garden is now a resource for my dinos. So many, guys. That could be a significant amount of my protein feed. Feel like some things here are coming in. Some of the squashes, I think we're gonna make it all, but they may be small. I think they're gonna make it. So the tomatoes over there seem to be doing really well. Our herb garden here, just across the way from the garden, planted in compost. Look at this difference. This is telling me something, guys, right? This is planted in straight up compost. What does that say? This could have used more compost, right? Okay, watering the stuff in the greenhouse. You know, this is butternut squash right here. The other batch I did didn't come well either, so I just kind of wonder about the viability of those seeds. The cucumbers are coming in nice. And the corn we planted, I'm a little concerned. We've only got 2. Oh look, one more over there. So hopefully it'll kick in and come through. If not, we may just have to call it on the corn. That tomato we planted in the pot, in our straight up deep bedding from our chickens. This is killing it, man. It's doing great. And that volunteer squash, it's taking over the greenhouse. Okay, gonna show some love to the pallet garden. Like to trickle it in the top. It doesn't get a lot of the rain because 1, it's under the shed, and 2, it's vertical. So how's the soldier fly bin going? We got any soldier grubs yet? Doesn't look like it. So how's the crop garden doing that the chickens were on last? Well, you tell me. I think it's doing awesome. Got a little bug attacked in the beginning, was probably a little vulnerable in the transfer, but now it's establishing well and doing great. You can see the little, the buckwheat undersown cover crop coming in. I've made an observation here, guys. See this mulched area? See how the, we've planted the buckwheat all up in here, but look how it's thriving on the edge. I wonder if that's the edge effect. Edge effect is this natural phenomenon where things thrive and do better between 2 different ecosystems, between a forest and a field. In this case, between mulch and bare ground. It's taking advantage of both the open field and both the coverage and shelter of the mulch. This older crop garden, I've noticed these guys up more towards the top are yellowing and dying out, not doing as down here. Look at this. Look at how big this plant is. Holy moly. Look how big that flower is. Pollination. Pollination. Yes, that was awesome. Our potatoes, guys, they're ready. When they die off, you know they're ready. They can actually store in the ground. But we might harvest these so we actually don't lose them and not know where they are at. But this is an entire patch of potatoes. We're gonna get so many potatoes out of here. This is some more potatoes that haven't quite matured yet, but they're almost to the die off, and the potatoes will be ready. Oh my gosh, this lamb's quarter. Fertile soil also means fertile weeds, if you want to dare call this a weed. Look, this is as tall as me. Golly, who knew? Who knew it grew this tall? This is crazy. What's over here? Let's see how's going on the other side of this thing. All right, this garden. Oh look, we got a corn. We got 1 corn. But oh no, we got a few. We got a few corns coming up. Okay, sunflowers doing great. Squash is doing great. Really like this area. This is a showcase area because the chickens were here too. We mulched it thicker and we dug down into the mulch and planted this stuff, and it's just doing great. Look at these sunflowers. Look down here. Look at these sunflowers down here. Almost as tall as me. Nice and green. Getting shorter. Yellow. Look at that. I think it's because the resources on this hill have been driven down here. When the chickens were here, there's going to be more manure, more mulch, more everything down this way. I was coming out in a cow field. Well, maybe see if I can see the cows, but also see if check on those sweet potatoes. And look, I found this is amazing. This looks beautiful from the road. I don't think it's desirable. Well, look, the cows have eaten it. Look, the cows have browsed it. And then they left the nice flowers. I got a little Japanese beetle on here. Look, a ton of Japanese beetles. I could come out in here and harvest these guys, put a trap out here, but look what they're taking down. They're taking down this undesirable briar bush. That's great. Attack the briar bush, not my veggies. How are the sweet potatoes doing? I think they're doing great. I think they've established themselves from the stress of the move, and I think they're gonna make it. They're totally abandoned. We water them a little at first. I think we watered them one time, and just left them out here to the elements, and they're doing great. It's been dry, but that's okay, because sweet potatoes love the dry heat. Well, good morning, Mr. Brown. How are you this morning? Oh, and Josiah's awake. What's the occasion here? Buddy gets to spend some time with you before the other kids get awake. This is great. No, you can't play with those scissors, Mr. Brown. You're loving some scissors right now. The ducks, guys. How are the ducks doing? Those duck eggs that were under that mama hen that got by the snake. Sadly, they're not doing well. We turned it off. They were unviable. They're not gonna make it. Look at the turkeys. Another reason to get them outside. They're getting to be too big for this thing. Look how big. Nice. Thanks for showing off for us a little bit. Hey, you want to hold one to show the people how big they are? Jonah and Josiah have been taking over the turkeys. They've been taking them in and out every night. Good catch. I've noticed turkeys are calmer a lot. You know, it's my first time with turkeys. They're a lot more domesticated or something. They're a lot more gentle than chickens. They're not as lively. They don't run around as much. They don't scratch as much. They seem a bit calmer. So that's been kind of interesting. Hey, let Mr. Brown pet it. Thank you, Josiah. All right, guys, remember those sweet potatoes we planted like a week ago? Here, I'll just pull them out of the bowl. Yeah, put them in the windowsill. They greened up. Remember, we just pulled these off some old sweet potatoes? Look at the root system they have established. Let's go plant these. You want to? And good morning to you, beautiful one. The beautifulest thing that ever happened to me. Hey, what's this shirt say? What would Julia do? Yeah. What does that mean for people that don't know? She was a famous chef. Yeah. Obviously a big fan of butter. So what would Julia do is put in more butter.
Lots of butter.
Yeah. Well, hey, little princess. How are you doing this morning?
Good.
Yeah? Doing good? You want to go plant sweet potatoes with us, or do you need to rest in here a little bit? You want to plant some sweet potatoes with us? Okay, come on. You can go with us. What's your shirt say? I rule bedtime. Yes, you do. Did you know you are actually our best sleeper? Out of all the chidlers, you have the best chance of sleeping in late. You've slept in late the most. And maybe that's why your hair gets so crazy in the back. Do you think so? You lay up on that back, honking those shoes, don't you? Turn right here, Josiah. Come on, bro. You can come. Come on. All right, the potatoes doing great. Flowering, they're about to mature and be ready. We need to, let's say, Josiah, let's go down. These potatoes have done so well. Why not plant the sweet potatoes in here? What do you think? Let's put the sweet potatoes on down there a little bit. Let's get some of these weeds out of here. I'm not gonna touch that one. That's a briar. But these are easy to pull up. You know, you can pull up a weed and you got a hole for the sweet potato. No digging required. Pull the weed up, replace it with a beneficial. There we go. About 6 or so sweet potatoes in there. There he is. Big kid on campus. What you got there?
Creature power suit.
This is a creature power suit. This is awesome. You want to show us how it works?
Yeah.
What are those?
Just gonna put it into that.
Oh yeah? You put that disc in. And then what happens?
And then I have a creature power.
Man. What creature are you right now?
Squid.
A squid. That's cool. Good job, man. You're quite the builder. Look, it's time to go in and he knows it. Come on, Brown. I think that's why children are smaller and weaker than the parents, so they can catch them and keep them alive. Come here, buddy. I got you. You're not happy about it, I know. But we gotta go inside. There's a time for everything, buddy. Could you imagine if he was stronger than me? You know, I think our primary job as a parent It's just to keep them alive. Let's talk about this blackboard for a minute. Look, all it is a sheetrock rescued from a construction site. $11 of chalkboard paint. Look, we got a masterpiece over here, but now that we're vlogging, this needs to be more significant. I mean, we'll be honest, we barely use it. But now that it's in the backdrop, I think we ought to put something cool right here. Is that better? What do you think?
Good.
Well, there it is, folks. My masterpiece.
Okay, there we go.
Guys, we got a soldier fly in the house. All right, caught this soldier fly in the house. We've gotten so many soldier flies in here. It's crazy. We don't have them in our bin, so I'm gonna try to transplant them. Hopefully she's looking for a place to lay her eggs. So I'm gonna transplant this guy, well, hopefully gal, under here. Okay. Whoa, gosh, what was that? Okay, that was a lizard. I thought it was a snake. Okay, so I left that other jar in here with another one, but it didn't work, obviously. So I'll leave that jar in there, and hopefully it'll work. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's just crazy thinking, but it's worth a try.